Okay, next we're going to talk about our Kodiak day pack. The Kodiak is kind of our limousine of our day packs. It's large enough at 2,250 cubic inches to carry all the gear you need for a full day hunt, as well as some additions if you need to do an overnight bivvy type hunt or something like that. As you can see here, it has the ability to carry a bow with a pocket down here low where it'll hold on to your cam of your bow or the butt of your rifle. Okay, you've got your adjustment here. We call this a ladder lock. Set like this, we'll lock it into position. To adjust it, you can either just do that, and that'll lengthen it and pull that through, or you can just grab it like this and slide it right up to the top. If you're ready to take it off, you can actually just undo one part of it, pull it right out. Leaves the ladder lock into position at all times for you so you know where it goes. And then you've just got a loop here. When you do that, you don't want to put the strap through the front and to the back. You want to put it from the back to the front. Okay, when putting your rifle in the center, you want to loosen up this pocket on the outside. Rifle will slide down in the middle. Butt of the stock goes down in the cradle. And then you want to cinch these up to make it a little more stable and suck it in tighter to the pack. You've got two cargo straps up here on top. Just take that, wrap it right around the barrel of the gun. Do the other side as well. You can really cinch that down. Creates a great cradle there for the rifle, so it's not shifting around back and forth on you. It basically becomes part of the backpack. To run the rifle up the side of the pack, we've moved the cradle over to the side of the pack here. Go ahead and just set your rifle on. Like put the scope towards the back of the pack so it's not rubbing against your body or getting in the way and bumping it. We'll take the side cargo strap that we wrapped around the top of the pack when the rifle when it's in the middle. Run it around the barrel again here. One simple strap, and you can really cinch that down. And again, it just basically becomes part of the backpack itself. You also have the ability to take this pocket completely off if you need to and run the straps together and tie down something like a set of deer antlers or elk antlers, hopefully something like that as well, to give you different options to work with your style of load that you need to carry out. The shoulder straps of the suspension of the Kodiak, we have what we call a yoke suspension system. And what you can see there is it's built to carry a lot more weight. It's going to be a lot more comfortable for you when you're carrying some heavy weight, hopefully some loaded up meat on this pack, as it has that yoke suspension system as well as an internal frame to really be able to carry that load-bearing type of a weight. On the back of the pack on the hip pads, like I said, you've got the internal frame here to give it some rigidity, as well as on the waist belt, it is doubly padded. Now the Kodiak is very similar to our Yukon day pack in that it's a two-story pack. The main compartment here that you see is divided into two levels, and you've got a divider in the middle here. You've got your main compartment and zipper at the top, as well as your lower compartment, zipper at the bottom. If you zip out and open the top compartment, you've got the divider there, which also we've changed this year so that you can zip that divider out, turning it into one big day pack. You can see in the lower section here, this is where our suggestion is to put your heavier gear, your weight, especially if you carry a water bladder in this, which it has the ability to carry one down on the bottom as well as the top section, so you could actually carry two bladders if needed. But if you're only carrying one, we suggest that heavy water and weight goes in the lower section here. It'll carry a 2-liter bladder in the flat pocket against the back. But that keeps the weight low against your waist and low against your body, and keep your center of gravity where it needs to be so you're the most comfortable when packing a lot of weight out that way. So you can put that weight and things like that down in the bottom section, especially those things you maybe don't get to as often. And then that gives you room on the top section for things like rolled up coats, sandwiches, things you don't want to get mashed, little lighter weight things up in the top half to keep that weight where you want it distributed on your body correctly. On the top you have our cargo straps, just like most of our packs. You can unbuckle there, roll up jackets and coats and things like that as well. Or attach one of our stuff sacks if you have a sleeping bag or something else that you want to throw on top of this for an overnighter. Got the handle on the top to be able to hang it in the tree stand or just carry it around. We also have straps on the waist belts here that you can see, much like a belt buckle strap. You can just undo that buckle there. Slide the webbing through, put on whatever it is you need, like our water bottles or our organizer pockets, camera cases. But we left that option there so that you can put on what you want, something like a pistol or a knife or whatever it is you feel that you need for your specific type of hunting. We also have 2 side pockets on each side of the pack here. And as you'll see, this pack rides very similar to our Yukon. It's essentially an oversized fanny pack, another mid-torso pack, which allows this gear to ride a little lower so you can actually get into these pockets without having to take the backpack off. Now we're going to show you how to fit this pack to help it ride in the right position so it's the most comfortable for you. Like I talked about, this is a mid-torso pack to get it low down on your waist and in the midsection of your back. I like to start with the waist belt first, just to get it into position. And I don't get it too tight in the beginning, just to get it into position first. Then I'll snug down my shoulder straps, do up my chest strap, just so everything's about where I want it, and then I can really cinch it down and get it into the perfect spot, depending on how much weight you have and what you're carrying. You can take this waist belt and run it through our loop lock, we call it. Number one, that keeps your straps kind of back out of the way so they're not flopping around when you're hiking. The other thing is it gives you a lot of leverage here, so when you have a large load, you can really cinch that thing up and really get that weight against your body where you want it to be for more comfort. Also, when adjusting your yoke suspension, you have 2 adjustments. One in the front, like any of your normal type of shoulder straps. And then in the back here, this allows you to raise or lower the pack without moving the yoke on your neck. That'll keep it where it needs to be. Right here, you just simply tighten this down, but you want to make sure to do it on each side so that you keep it even. And that will show the straps come out even, so we need to tighten that just a little more, just so it keeps it even on your back and on your shoulders for you. You'll also see that we have a running W suspension, we call it, down inside of here. What that does is has your webbing have the ability to flex just a little bit. So when you're going under things like low falling hanging branches or trees, allows you to flex just a little bit with the pack so that it's not so rigid and stiff and uncomfortable for you as well. Now in adjusting the front of the shoulder straps, it's very simple, just like any other shoulder straps. Again, we start with the waist first. Then I'll do up my sternum strap, and then I like to adjust my shoulder straps to where they're just taut, because the weight of your pack is then going to kind of help that form and fit into the position where you want it to be. One other step we've taken a little bit further this year is you'll see the torsion straps back here running up to the top of the pack and down to your waist belt. We've made this so that you can adjust this and you feel like it's falling back off your waist a little bit. You can actually grab that and suck that pack right up against your back. So it's a lot more tight and a lot more comfortable depending on how much weight and the shape of the load that you have. Cinch that into you. Or if you have a different, depending on your size and your shape, you can adjust that to give you a lot more availability to fit your specific size and needs.